You're okay. Hey, 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 good people. What it is, what it do with the whoop whoop. It is me, it is her, it is she, it is I, Miss Tamika Renee Bly. And Tux is here too. Back with another episode on Uncomfortable Conversations. I hope that wherever you are in the world, that you are in good spirits. And if you are going through something that to you may feel like this is the end all be all, know that this too shall pass. Not because I said so, but because why would it not? Stay prayed up. All right, I have two affirmations and then a quote, and then I'm getting right into it. Y'all know how I be coming when I come. Okay, the first affirmation. You tired, baby? Uh, First affirmation. I release any mental clutter. I release any mental clutter. I release any mental clutter. The second affirmation. I choose to think with clarity. I choose to think with clarity. This don't look right. Like I know you're not there, but it just don't look right. Let me just do the. There you go. You good. One time for the one time. I choose to think with clarity. And the quote is by William James. Let me just double check to make sure that I am on my. Yep, by William James. The quote is: the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. And that's that on that. All right. I'm about to get into the topic of plain Jane. And I got to take it back some years for when I was first called a plain Jane. Have you ever been called a plain Jane? If so, I recommend you wear that shit proud. Ain't nothing wrong with being a plain Jane. But story time. So, some years back, right, when I was a young little whippersnapper, um, this guy was interested in me. We're chit chatting, things are going smooth, and I remember him saying something. And what he said was, I don't know, like you kind of give me like plain Jane type of vibes. And I was like, I wasn't offended just because I've never been called that before. I was just a little taken aback, like, oh, okay. Because y'all know I don't be giving a flying fuck for real. But I was like, oh, okay. But inquiring minds, right? Because sometimes I be having questions. How do you figure shit out if you don't ask questions? So I asked questions. I didn't ask the guy because I think from there, maybe he friend zoned me. That's what I'm gonna say. He friend zoned me. It ain't no maybe. I believe I was wholeheartedly friend zoned by that man. I'm okay with that. Um, so now I'm chit chatting with one of my boys. Shout out to Mac the Mayor. And I said, Mac, 'cause me and Mac, we kind of talk about, at the time at least, we talked about almost everything. I'm like, yo, this dude said I was a plain Jane. And like, I'm not mad. It didn't really bother me too much. But inquiring minds, I'm sorry, inquiring minds, like, I'm a little curious at this point. Not bothered, just curious. So now I'm asking my male friend, what? Because clearly it's not hard to define what a plain Jane is, right? But I wanted, because I didn't dive that deep into the conversation regarding the topic with the man who put me there, I felt comfortable taking this deep dive with my homie Mac. So I said, Mac, this is a situation. Like, what, like, I don't, you know what I mean? And Mac was like, look, well, when he called you that, like, what did you think? I was like, well, my first thought, honestly, was, I'm a plain Jane because I don't have my stuff all hanging out. You know what I mean? Bam, bam. No shade to nobody who do. That's just not what Tamika do. Um, so I said to Mac, it's the cleavage, the ass, you know, my nails are not damn near touching the floor, you know what I mean? Um, the makeup, the wigs, the weave, again, no shade. This is just I'm just comfortable being me without all of that. That's just what that is. And I also said, do you think he was trying to insinuate that I'm boring? And Mac know me, so of course he knew I wasn't boring at all. Um, but he was like, nah. He's like, I don't know what dude meant, but I can tell you what, or at least because he couldn't say what he thought the guy meant. And that's my fault for not further getting into the conversation with dude. Okay. But from Mac's perspective, what he said was, if you're playing Jane because you get up, you go to work, you go to school, you take care of your son, you hang out here and there, but not too, you know what I mean? And then for the most part, like you're at home, you're with your son, single parent. um, but you get up with niggas, you get up with your peoples, and you chill and you hang out and you do have a time, and like you dress a certain way, and you what do you say? You wear your hair a certain way, and you carry yourself a certain way. He's like, now if that's what makes you fall into the category of being a plain Jane, he said, T, I would take that shit any day. Any day. And someone else said to me, to put it in a different perspective, they're like, on some real shit. It was another guy. He's like, on some real shit. If homeboy called you a plain Jane, shit, where the rest of them plain Janes at, right? And I'm just like, oh, yeah. Of course, it made me feel a little bit good because at first I didn't want to be a plain Jane. You know, I didn't want to assume that homeboy was trying to say I was down here and the rest of the girls who did all of the things I don't do was up here. That's the last thing I wanted to assume. But at first, I did not want to be in a category of being anybody's plain Jane, to be honest. I don't give a flying fuck now. You understand what I'm saying? Not that I was called the plain Jane or anything like that now. But I brought this up to say if there's any other women out there that views me, the collective, who either was called a plain Jane or you feel like you're a plain Jane, I want to tell you, you wear that fucking crowd, your crowd, you wear that crown loud and proud. Because ain't nothing wrong being a plain Jane. The last I checked, the turn up is cool. Being outside is cool, but not all the time. And even still, there's some women who hang out and they out there and they still might be in a category of being a plain Jane because they go out, but there's certain things that they don't do that a guy could very well view as them being a plain Jane. I hope that made sense to somebody. Anyway, shout out to my plain Janes. That's that on that. Listen, y'all. It takes too much energy to stay mad at people. Furthermore, we have to understand that being mad at someone, not being able to forgive people, can ultimately put you in a position where you're blocking what's supposed to come to you because you're walking around unbeknownst to you with hatred in your heart for someone or someone's. I don't know if it's plural or singular. That's your situation. Um, and again, we all heard the saying, you walk around mad at this person. Meanwhile, this person's sleeping good at night. Like my mom used to always say, God rest her soul, man. She has such a good heart. She will always say, Meek, don't let nothing or nobody who ain't doing shit for you rent space in your head for free. And I held on to that. That's why I don't hold any hatred in my heart for nobody. I'm human, so I get upset, I get mad, I'm aggravated, I'm annoyed. I might even be a little bit angry. I don't want nothing to do with you right now, but tomorrow we can start over. You know what I mean? Something like that. But I'm never mad for too long. And if you do something to me, depending on what it is, listen, it costs me nothing to pay motherfuckers no mind. It costs you nothing to pay people no mind. That's free 99. And go on about your life. Because again, if you not rocking with someone, I feel like you ain't gotta talk about me. I ain't gotta talk about you. We just keeping it the fuck moving. And then it don't feel good. Like I was there before. I held grudges before, and I stayed mad and shit before. It don't feel good. My thing was, look, I got shit to do, and sitting in my bag about you, who ain't helping me do shit over here, is not conducive to my health. I got shit to do, and it don't involve sitting on my ass being mad at the next person or trying to plot on the next person's downfall. Because I have shit to do. I have business to conduct. You have things to do, sir. You have business to conduct, ma'am. You ain't got no time to be sitting around harboring any ill feelings towards anybody. It's easier said than done, though. Trust. I know. I know. And it also depends on what said person did. I get it. Get it. But it takes a whole lot of energy to stay mad at someone. I'm sure we can all relate, because I've worked alongside people that I'd rather not work alongside. I'm sure that's probably, you could probably relate too. Like, but no, like, we got to be in the same environment. Listen, you was mad before, you better get glad, scratch your ass, and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. It takes a lot of energy to stay mad at someone, y'all. Um, last thing, right? Um, don't match people's vibe. Be the fucking vibe. Now, hold on now. Hear me out. Because I ain't telling you what to do. What I'm saying is, like, okay, because I need examples, right? Because, Meek, what the fuck are you saying? What I'm saying is, um, okay, so if me and my man have date night, and I see that he got on orange and blue, or blue and red, or red and white, we going out. I'm trying to match Honey's vibe, right? I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about situations like that. I'm talking like just to piggyback on it takes a lot of energy to stay mad at someone. Let's say it's someone who did something to piss you the fuck off. You ain't got to match the vibe of that person. You know what I mean? You don't be the vibe. Pay that motherfucker no mind. Okay? Go on about your day, your week, your month, your year, the rest of your life, whatever the season is pertaining to your situation. You don't have to be mad because they're mad. Because now both of y'all are just mad. And what is being accomplished if you and I are both sitting here mad at each other? Nothing. Okay? Because you know how many times, I'm sure some of y'all can relate. Again, I'm human. Yeah, I come, positivity, whoop, whoop, whoop. I got some negative days too. Okay? But what I'm not going to do is allow what someone has did or said to, oh, I'm so sorry if y'all can hear my stomach. I am fasting and all I got is water. I'll be all right. Um what I'm not going to do is allow the negativity of someone else to fester in my energy. Again, we're human. Like I'm sure we've all walked into work and you comfortable? Mm-hmm. I'm sure we've walked into work and there was or is a negative coworker, and we know how that shit go. We know how negativity can rub off, especially if you're in an environment where you have to work closely with this fucking negative ass person. You can feel that. That shit is spread through the whole workplace, right? Now, everybody else in the kitchen or everybody else in the office got bad energy because of this one person. Absolutely fucking not. You come into work fucking with me, having a shitty day. They ain't got nothing to do with me. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Keep your negative ass over there because I'm quick to say, and I hope you are too, because it ain't just about me. I'm quick to tell anybody, look, if I ain't do nothing to cause this negativity that's weighing down on you this morning, this afternoon, this evening, tonight, wherever it is, I suggest you keep that shit away from me. Not because it's going to be a problem, but because both of us don't need to be in here with bad energy right now. And then on the flip side, if my energy isn't good, I'm okay with saying, look, right now, I got attitude. Right now I'm mad. Right now I'm upset. Whatever the case is. Right now my energy just isn't good. And in order for me to not rub that shit off on you because you don't deserve it, give me 10 minutes. And if it's a work environment and we have to really work closely with each other, give me 10 minutes of silence. And if you need something from me, we could communicate. Like, I'm not saying I'm at work and my mouth is closed all day. Nah, I'm still here to work. I'm still here to fulfill this job. But for 10 whole minutes, whatever you need from me, just know that I'm going to pass it to you, or whatever the case, we're going to collab and still be a team because I'm a team player. But you're not going to hear nothing from me. I need to decompress. Maybe I didn't have time to do that before I clocked in. And we all know once you clock in, your personal's supposed to clock the fuck out. But sometimes it don't align like that. So give me a second. Let me get my shit together. It don't have nothing to do with you. I do have an attitude. I am upset. But it don't got nothing to do with you. Don't match the vibe. Be the goddamn vibe. Alright, and that's that. Moral of the story. If you a plain Jane, wear that shit. Plain Janes is popping. Takes a lot of energy to stay mad at someone. You got other things to do with your energy. Being mad at him, her, and her. Not in. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. You have to make sure your day goes smooth, your week, your year, your month, whatever is your situation. And letting someone rent space in your head for free 99 is not it. One time for the one time. Don't match the vibe. Be the motherfucking vibe. It is me. It is her. It is she. It is I, Miss Tamika Renee Bly. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend, send it to someone it may resonate to or with, rather. I thank you guys for tuning in. Or what it is, what it do with the Whoop Whoop Uncomfortable Conversations podcast. In Tux. Him sleeping. We outie 5,000. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day.